Welcome to Introverse.
But I mean, there's a reason why I keep shitting on myself, right? Which I don't know if we want to get into that. Do we have time?
I mean, it depends. What would you like to share with us, B?
I don't. I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything if you want. How much time you got, Greg?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Whatever.
So yeah. This is the second story I've told that where I've crapped on myself. That was really embarrassing. There's others too, but those were probably the best. Those two.
Yes, those are my two favorite ones.
Those.
If you can have a favorite shit on yourself story.
Favorite shit on yourself story. Hold on. Have y'all ever shit on yourself?
No.
I peed my pants in the first grade.
Okay.
I definitely peed my pants when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It was weird. I used to dream. Did you guys ever have this when you were a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Where you would dream that you were peeing? Like that like I had a dream like I got up and went to the restroom and I was in the bathroom and I was in front of a toilet and I started peeing, but I was not in the bathroom. I was still in bed. It's weird.
Yeah.
I wonder if a lot of bedwetters. That's what
I have like horrible dreams where I have to pee.
Okay.
And I'll go pee, and I continue to have to pee, and it's like, what the hell is going on? I just got to keep peeing, but it's because I'm holding it, and it's bad, you know.
I don't know how old I was. Maybe 5. Maybe the last time it happened. But I distinctly have a memory of having a dream.
Never shit yourself,
but I've never shit myself. But I have pissed.
Y'all are missing out, man.
Apparently,
it's an experience. It's an experience.
And then you have a story to tell later on.
And then you have a story to tell forever. So yeah, when I was it started when I was probably 13. You know, so they discovered that I have Crohn's disease, which is I don't want to say irritable bowel syndrome, but it's because that's really weak compared to Crohn's disease for anyone that has Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, which is similar, pretty much the same thing.
You see?
Yeah, so that's what they thought I had at first was ulcerative colitis. And basically, you're getting like these ulcers and stuff in your intestines. And, so it started when I was probably 13 and had joint pains. It's autoimmune disease.
Right.
It's
so weird, the whole joint pain. I guess because it's autoimmune.
Because it's autoimmune.
Yeah.
So you have these arthritis type symptoms, and that's how it started.
Which is why you're not in the NBA right now.
Which is why I'm not in the NBA. Yeah. Because every basketball season was ruined by that. Every time I would start up, it was just these huge flare-ups and I couldn't walk. And then when I was like 16, I remember having to go to the bathroom. And I remember at high school, and I was lucky because my dad was the vice principal / assistant pastor at the church. And so he had like an office and his own bathroom. So I would sneak away to go to his bathroom and just have, these episodes.
Sacred time.
Yeah, and it was like every, at that time it was probably twice a day, which is a lot to go, have to,
for most people, yes, that is not
twice a day.
To go twice.
Yeah, it's not normal. Yeah. And then it just started to increase. And then I think I was like 18 or so. And then it started being bloody, and more and more and more. So they did, all these doctors and finally went to a gastrologist, which is crazy. You go to all these doctors, you're having gastro problems, and none of them say, go to a gastrologist. Go to a doctor that deals with the intestines, They're just like, no, this is growing pains.
All those specialists you have to be referred to by your...
Yeah, you'd be referred to. So finally found one, and he was like, oh, yeah, you have ulcerative, did colonoscopy and all that. Oh, I got some good colonoscopy stories. Okay, we'll save that.
Yeah, you may have to save your colonoscopy.
You know what a colonoscopy is? Yeah. They go up your butt with a camera.
Fun times. I know. Probably
last year.
I need a schedule.
Yeah, it was fun, right?
I mean, I slept through it, but
the sleeping part's great, but the prep, oh man,
prep was pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's brutal. Brutal's a good word. So yeah, they said ulcerative colitis, and then on all these drugs, they just pump you full of drugs. Just pumping everything, steroids. Gained so much weight on steroids. I gained like 60 pounds in a month because I was on steroids.
Dude,
it just blew
I remember
up.
seeing you. I hadn't seen you for a while, and I remember seeing you This is when you were married to Mandy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I remember it was at a King ratio, I believe, and you showed
Yeah.
up, and I hadn't seen you in a while.
In a while.
This
Yeah, I
was
remember
during
that
that
night.
time, and dude, you look like the Kingpin. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Like because you had a
I was
suit,
big.
a striped
I had a
suit on
suit and a hat and
with like a fedora.
yeah.
And I was like, damn, Brent turned into the Kingpin.
That was actually a good point in that situation because as I discovered, medical marijuana, which wasn't medical marijuana at the time, but I discovered that, hey, California's doing it. Let me try it. And it was probably the best, if you want to call it a medicine or whatever you want to call it. Best
was
treatment.
it more of just like a balm to help with the pain?
Absolutely. So it helped the pain, but also, because with the pain, your anxiety's down. Because when your anxiety's high, your stress is high, guess what you're going to do? You're going to go freaking want to take a shit.
Yeah.
So all those things make it worse, so you want to stay calm, relaxed, get rid of the pain. So it was probably the best treatment I was on. And man, I fought with that for the next, I don't know, 20 years. Yeah, probably 20 years. Then about 5 or 6 years ago, it got really bad. I did all in and out the hospital, these different flare-ups where you're in there for a couple weeks, and I was down to 160 pounds one time. I'm 6'2" for the audience, so that's skinny for someone that's 6'2". 160 pounds, and then back and forth, prednisone, steroids, you blow back up. And then probably was 39 or so, 40. It got really bad. And I had, this is so painful, guys, anal fistula. Yeah. You don't want anything wrong with your anus.
Yeah.
It's like a abscess.
Yeah.
So the interior of your intestines, where it connects to like your anus,
it's like a perforation, right?
It's a perforation, right? Because you've got all these ulcers and whatever. We can have a doctor call and tell me how I'm wrong. But
and shit gets in it, right?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
So you get bacteria that gets through the perforation, and creates an abscess, a fistula. And oh my God, was it so bad? And there was the doctor I was going to was the worst. You don't know they're the worst, because you trust them.
Yeah,
they're a doctor. You don't have nothing to compare it to.
Exactly.
It's not like I went to a million different doctors.
You just assume they know what they're doing.
Yeah, and I remember the day, like it was so bad. Like you wake up for work, I would wake up 30 minutes early because I'm in pain, or an hour early because I'm in pain. I go take a hot shower and lay down because I knew I had like 10 minutes to relax, like before I had to go spend my day at work in this pain. Your ass, the only place worse than probably your asshole, maybe your genitals, but it's right there, man. Like you feel your freaking nuts throbbing with your, like that pain just throbs, So anyway, I remember the day I went soak in a hot bathtub, which is not good. Like if you have a zit that's under the skin and they say put a hot compress on it and it's going to come out. Think about that. So the fistula is like a zit that's so deep in your butt cheek, it'll never come out.
Right.
Never. It's like 3 inches in there or whatever, however big your ass is. And my ass swole up so big, I couldn't put my blue jeans on. I don't have an ass at all. It's just a long back with a crack.
So, I mean, did you feel good about your ass?
No.
During that
moment? No, it was worse. Oh no, it felt tight.
I mean, just looking at it, were you like, "Damn, I got an ass"?
That wasn't on my mind. So went to the doctor.
Not an ass man.
Yeah, not the ass man. And she even freaked out. She was like, "Whoa." I've never had a doctor say like, "Whoa." It was only one cheek too, so.
Got to work on her bedside manner too.
Yeah, she needed some bedside manners.
Come on.
And, because she already knew that we were dealing with the fistula situation. She already knew about it, right? This was months of this in excruciating pain. And when you're in so much pain for so long, you make decisions, right? Like, yes, we have to do this decision. So she says, okay, this is how we fix it. We're going to cut you up, cut out some of your intestine, disconnect it from your anus, let your anus heal, right? So you're going to have an ostomy, but basically your intestine comes out your stomach and you're going to have a shit bag, right? So your intestines are just going to shit into a bag. You're going to heal. Your butt's going to heal. Then we're going to sew you back up. Well, you're in so much pain. You're like, yes, do it. Do it. I don't care. Do it. So she did that.
Great solution.
Things didn't heal. Nothing healed. In fact, the surgery she gave me herniated, which means like all the intestines came out above the abdominal wall. And it was like a basketball size lump on my stomach of intestines.
I recall this.
Go ahead, expand, Roby.
No, I recall this. The first time I saw you, like, and you had gained weight, obviously, but it was. I was like, dude, what is up with your stomach? And you lifted it, and you showed me the herniated. And I'm not even kidding. I mean, this was like a basketball on your.
We'll say a volleyball, just to avoid exaggeration. A volleyball.
Okay,
no exaggerations. At least the volleyball side on my left side of the stomach. Yeah. So I'm going back to this doctor. I'm like, what the fuck did you do to me? And she's like, oh, this is normal. I'm like, this is not normal. This is not normal. Yeah. I mean, it was so bad. Like you could see like the intestines when it would be like passing.
You sent me video of this.
You could see the stomach moving
under your skin.
Yeah, you can see the intestines moving under the skin. The skin would rip, so there's just cuts, just ripping because it was just so big.
It's the stuff.
And so I was like, well, screw you. I'm calling lawyers. They're like, well, no, there's nothing you can do unless there's a class action lawsuit because it was a mesh. I don't know if anyone knows, but hernias and meshes and this kind of stuff. No lawyer would touch it. Unless it was a class action lawsuit against.
Right, there's got to be a bunch of people because they're not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna.
And even various doctors wouldn't take me. They're like, "Oh no, we're not taking you. Nope, you keep going to your doctor." Because they knew it was a disaster.
Yes,
they knew. They're like, "No, that dude got fucked." So it was at Ochsner's. Found a fantastic doctor. 2 doctors, fantastic. I'm not going to name their names because whatever. But if I could, I would recommend anyone to both of these doctors. So went to, the doctor and then the surgeon, right? And the surgeon was like, well, he saw me a few times and tried to, there's options. Let's, try this, and this, whatever. But the pain was still there, right? From the fistula, which didn't heal. So now I still got the pain from the fistula and now I got a volleyball. So I'm deformed in a shit bag, right? I was not mentally well.
Your dating profile was top notch.
Well, I was married too at the time. Recently married. Very recently married.
Again, dude had game through all of that. Just putting that out there.
Yeah. I got married during that process. Actually.
I know that's what I'm
during
saying.
That process.
No excuses is what you're. That's what my conscience is telling.
That's actually you're very true, Roby. During that whole process of having the shit bag, met another person that wanted to marry me. Okay.
Yes.
So that's a different story.
Yes.
Now, this solution was temporary. What kept me sane was, okay, they're going to sew me back together, and I'm not going to have this shit bag anymore.
You're going to get your asshole back.
I'm going to get my asshole back and be a normal. I don't want to say this is what you're thinking though. I'm going to be a normal person.
Right.
I'm not going to tell anyone else that, I would never say that to someone. You are a normal person. You're fantastic, but that's what you're thinking in your mind.
In your mind. Yeah.
In your mind, So yeah, I'm like, we go in and, my wife at the time, she stood by me through all of that. She was fantastic. Whatever happened. But through all that, she was really good. And, you know, I told him, look, I can't do this anymore at all. Today, like today is the last day that I can put up with the pain, with the mental aspect, all of that. So, you know, this is how good of a doctor he was. He's like, all right, let's cut it out. Like, he didn't argue. He knew me good enough. All right, this is what we're going to do. So they're going to cut it all. You know, this at that time, they just disconnected the intestine, right? Well, he says, okay. And all of my intestines were just fucked because of the Crohn still.
Yeah.
The Crohn's was still active. So he says, all right, you know, they did more colonoscopy, not even colonoscopies. They go in through the stomach now. You got a stomach hole you can go into, you know, and examine it all that way. Easy access. Yeah. You know, and he's like, yeah, it's pretty bad in there. He's like, so here's what we can do. We just cut it all off. We're going to remove your whole intestine, your large intestine, leave your small intestine, close up the left side because the intestine was coming out the left side. I had a bag on the left side. Close up all that. We'll pull out your small intestine on the right side, and you'll have a new bag on the right side. And that'll be permanent forever.
Double bagging it.
Double bagging it, right? Yeah, just like at Winn-Dixie. So yeah, I mean, it was so bad. I didn't even flinch. You know, I was like, yes, do it. Do it now. You know, so they scheduled it, and, you know, it wasn't that long later that we did that surgery, which reminds me that Roby was actually there with me too, filming a documentary on the whole process, which was, you know, a few years ago. And I apologize that I held you up on that and said, do not publish it because it, you know, it's a mind fuck. You know, there's a whole period after where I couldn't watch it. I couldn't look at it. The surgery was hard. It was very bad. It was a good surgery. The surgeon did good, but it was a difficult surgery.
Recovery. Yeah, your recovery was,
you know, it was like an 8-hour surgery.
Dude, I don't know if you remember it felt longer than that. It was.
You remember more than I do because I was asleep.
Dude, what it started at what, 5 a.m.?
Yeah, it was early in the morning.
5 a.m. and it didn't end till like, I want to say 5 p.m. Like, it was, I want to say it was over 8 hours.
Yeah, so rough surgery. Almost died through the surgery. Like, I was only taking a breath like once every 30 seconds or something.
Yeah.
Coming out of it. And the recovery was, oh my God. I remember standing up for the first time and just blood pouring out of me. Just, you know, my wife at the time, my mom was there, and they both just I'm looking at their faces reacting to blood. You know, you get your medical gown on, and it's just like, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been 5 or 6 years now.
It's been a few.
Has actually been probably the best decision of my life. While it sucks living with, you know, an ostomy, ileostomy, whatever you want to call it, same thing.
No more butthole.
No more butthole. My butthole is sewn up. Haven't sat down to take a shit in 5+ years. I actually miss that, dude. Those breaks at work, you know, you're like, I'm getting paid for this. Or you just go in the bathroom and relax, you know?
Well, you do, because you used to have to go to the bathroom 5 times a day. But for most of us...
I was going 20 times a day. We didn't say that.
Wow.
It was at least 20.
20?
At least 20 times a day.
20 times a day. Dude, I haven't taken... I mean, it's been a while. I've taken shits at work, but it's been a while. Like, it's only if I'm, like, not feeling well or got a stomach ache, you know, where you have to go. Because usually
I'll just go chill out in the bathroom?
I mean, I'll go chill out.
Toilet for a while?
You know, there's places at the hospital I can chill out. It's better than the bathroom.
Okay. All right. That's just
I don't like being in public places for that. I just don't like someone having to come
necessity
back. It's just an
teaches
emergency.
Necessity teaches you how to deal with that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure it became second nature to you. Like, it wasn't. You know, I mean, you've told me stories about, you know, getting speeding tickets because you would have to rush to the next bathroom,
trying to rush to the
while
next bathroom,
driving
the ticket.
Yeah.
Like, tell the police officer, well, dude, you're just going to witness this. Let's do it.
Because I'm about
How
to
fast can you write
myself.
that ticket?
Yeah.
You know, they actually let you off the hook pretty fast when you telling me about the crap on
yourself.
Well,
that's something that they're actually trying to make a thing, right? People with Crohn's to have some sort of a pass. Like,
well, no, in England, it doesn't apply to me anymore. I can do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
I got more freedom than you guys.
I'm just curious. Do you carry an extra bag around like at all times, just in case?
When I go on trips, I do.
Okay.
But like during the day, in my backpack, I have a backpack I bring to work with just my stuff.
Right.
And now that I think about it, I do have an extra bag in there.
I mean,
I've gotten so efficient.
Just in case.
So like that's a whole like, you know what? Like anyone that's dealing with this, contact our Instagram, and I can give you so much advice. Like on those topics. Bags leaking, disguising it. Like you look at me, no one knows that I'm living with this. No. It's like this secret thing, and I'm good with it. I wasn't good with it for a while. My top suggestion is if you go through anything like that, is just to go through therapy immediately after. There's good therapists out there that can help you adapt. And then you realize, man, I have a hard life and I'm rocking it. I'm a badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you have that attitude and helps.
Well, you always helped me, dude, because I would always be pissed off at, for example, kids vomiting in my class. And then Brent would say, "Oh, well, I shit myself at work today 3 times, or I had to shit in a bucket in my truck, in my FedEx truck." And I would be like, "What?" Like, oh, well, my day wasn't half bad.
My day wasn't that bad. But I mean, I have people in my life is like that as well. My Aunt Pam, I love her, and she is probably why I haven't killed myself today. She's got rheumatoid arthritis, and she got it when she was a teenager. And, I look at her as the same inspiration, and I really hate, I never want to say, oh, well, you could always have it worse. Fuck that, man. I hated that response. Someone would always say, oh, you could always have it worse.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You're dealing with what you're dealing with. You're not dealing with what anyone else is dealing with. You're dealing with your own little thing, our big thing. And that's the biggest thing in your life. And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Not if it could be worse, so that excuse I don't like, but people that actually do have it worse, or maybe not worse, different, different kind of, bad, does give you a little sort of, wow, if they can do it, maybe I can do it too.
I didn't know all of that. I knew something.
No,
we had some kind of something because it has been mentioned
right
in the podcast.
Yeah, we kind of hinted, and me
and Brent talked about it. We actually,
because of the documentary.
Yeah, we talked about it, and we were like, well, should we talk about it on the podcast at some point? Because he does have a lot of stories that are hilarious, but at the same time, when you realize that he was suffering with this disease, it makes it.
Oh, when you're going through it, it's not hilarious.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's funny after the fact, but when you tell it
after the fact, and I'm very open with all of this, and the humor behind it to me helps me cope with it, and hey, make someone else laugh. That's kind of cool too. Shit stories are funny, man, when it's not happening to you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's a nightmare because you relate to it, man. That's, oh my God. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I can't, dude.
I can't even count how many times I've shit on myself. I can only remember the most memorable moments.
Right. It probably became like second nature. It's just like you just, oh, damn it. I shit on myself again.
Yeah. It's never second nature. Never. But I understand what you're trying to say.
Well, I'm saying, like, at some point, did you start carrying like extra underwear? Just because,
extra underwear doesn't help you.
Right, because you'd almost need to have.
I got a horrible story about going to an LSU football game.
Pack of wet wipes, 2 extra pair of underwear.
Wet wipes don't help you, dude. You need like a freaking hose. Because it's not like you just dropped a log, and you're sitting on a log.
So you just buy. Maybe you start wearing adult diapers. Like, it depends.
It's like, I did after the surgery. I had to wear adult diapers because they sew your ass up. And it's got to heal.
Yeah,
that doesn't just heal.
No,
and then I had a hole on the left side that had to heal because I had the first ostomy. So I had like a pump sucking out fluids 24/7. Just like a pump. I had to carry this pump with me for like 2 months. You know,
the best thing is though, I am so glad we got footage of all that stuff. Like we have footage. It's all in the documentary.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's I did a first draft and I showed it to Brent, and again,
it fucked my world up.
I don't think he was prepared to watch it. And
I wasn't. It fucked me up for like 3 years, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want anything to do with Dustin. No, not with Dustin, but I don't want anything to do with this freaking documentary. You know?
Yeah. Well, no, because I don't think you were expecting it to hit, like, seeing the whole like story, like, visually out there. Yeah.
Man, people go through shit, and you need other people that went through shit to talk to. And
literally.
Yeah. If you went through shit, you need someone to talk to, hit up the Instagram, and I don't mind, you know, hearing your story or whatever, you know, it helps, you know, just having someone to talk to. So yeah, if that's one thing that comes out good from it, then that's awesome.
All right. You know? Well, you win the story, worst work story.
What other worst things y'all want to talk about? I can relate a shit story to it. Worst football game.
What we also want to announce, hopefully by the time that this episode airs, is I'm going to be working on a final edit of Brent's documentary. And
that's your documentary, man.
Well, it's your story.
There.
It's your story. I just stood there. I'm just the director, so. But yeah, I'd actually like to get a more recent interview now that you're Beefcake and you've hell
yeah. That's a whole thing too, man. Like,
yeah, man.
I'm in the best shape of my life right now. You know, by far.
Yeah. I just think it would be a great contrast, because even when the last interview we did with you at that barbecue, which was 3 or 4 years ago now.
Probably 3 or 4 years,
you were looking great, but
looked healthy, but
you've come a long way since then, and I think it would be even a greater contrast to see the before and after of
So we'll do something. Line it up when this airs, and we'll put that out there on YouTube, or maybe Netflix will pick it up. Who knows?
Yeah.
They haven't called me in a while.
Fingers crossed. We'll get some Netflix Crohn's action.
Yeah, it's a disease that no one wants to talk about, though.
That's true.
You know, you shit yourself. You don't want to talk about that, man.
No.
Who wants to talk about that?
No.
You know, it's embarrassing as hell. Like, there's diseases that are like, if your dick falls off, that's an embarrassing disease. You don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
And if you shit yourself, you don't want to talk about that either. You know. So yeah, I don't mind talking about it. It's
good, man. It's good that
it's good. Maybe it helps someone.
Yeah, it's going to be out there, and we can. Other than being goofy and telling crazy stories, we might be able to help some folks.
Yep. Man, I could tell stories, man. I got colonoscopy stories. I don't remember what's in the documentary, to tell you the truth. I got some good colonoscopy stories.
We got to save some of the good stuff for the documentary.
Save it. We'll save it. Is it in there? If it's not, man, I'm gonna have to go watch it. I'm scared to watch it, Roby. I don't want to feel that.
Wait till I do.
I don't want to feel that pain.
No, I know. It's got to be crazy for you.
I know. That's why I'm like, you just handle it. Make it good, Roby. You just handle it and put it out there. I don't care.
I do want to do another interview with you though at some point. So
that's fine. Yeah.
To kind of cap it off, because I feel like it needs a
more
dynamic ending than where we left it.
Yeah. You want fireworks?
Yeah, we want a few fireworks.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah.
I'm not getting naked.
Said with such familiarity.
He's asked me before, Greg.
It's not the first time he's had to say that to you.
Cameras everywhere. Don't worry. Yeah. This is only between us. No one will ever see this. Don't worry.
Brent just
that's good.
Rock some worlds here. I think this is going to be a great episode. I think people are gonna.
I think there's people that can relate to it. I know there's people that can relate to it.
Dude, I'm seeing more and more Crohn's medication ads.
Yeah.
Obviously,
the medication
money off of the people with Crohn's.
The medication doesn't work worth a dick.
That's what I'm saying. They're trying to make money off of the people with Crohn's, and they coming out with new Crohn's medications just left and right. But it's like, is it doing anything? I don't know.
It's not doing shit. No.
Yeah, because you tried a bunch. So
it's like $20,000 a pop too.
Yeah, it's insane.
Expensive as hell. You know?
Yeah.
And then it's basically like chemotherapy too. You got a lot of the side. It's not nearly as bad as chemo, but on your insurance bill, it shows up literally as chemotherapy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like 15, 20 grand a pop every 2 months, 3 months. Did it for a year. Imagine those medical bills. Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Insurance only covers a little bit.
Racking up those payments. Yeah.
But yeah, since I had it all cut out, haven't been to the doctor. I mean, I have my checkups and all, but I haven't been to the doctor in a while. Doing real good.
That's great.
Got it on lock.
Beefcake. All right.
Which is crazy how I can gain muscle with no large intestine.
That is insane.
Think about that.
Yes.
The body's insane.
Like,
the human body,
it's crazy, man.
Insane.
How you, because like
no
when
large
you
intestine.
eat, and you've told me about this, but I'm asking you
8
this
hours.
for the audience's
I'm digested in 8 hours.
When you eat, doesn't matter what you eat, within 8 hours, it's in the bag.
I'm done. It's out.
Crazy.
In the morning, it's flushed through. Yeah. So all that stuff you're absorbing it fast.
Mm-hmm.
Much faster than you think you are.
That's
including
insane.
the fat and all the bad stuff. Because I've gained weight with this too. I was really big.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to lose weight. I'm still trying to slim down. Get to Hollywood.
Greg,
do you recommend removing your?
Do or do not. There is no try, and that is what we'll end on.
Okay.
It's from Yoda, dude.
And on that note,
good game.
That's a good game.
Line, tell you what, good game, everyone. Hey, this is Greg from the Introverse podcast. You can follow us on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We're also on Introverse Pod on social media. Thank you so much for listening.
What he said.
Yep, nailed it.
Boom.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year.